Now Mzee returns with his latest offering. It's a tribal house album after a 5-year hiatus. Working with Top Brass, the much-anticipated album serves as a pan-African studio album called Team Hamba, whom he shared with Rafiki. Now, having collaborated with the likes of Salif Keita as well as Kunle Ayo, to unpack all of this, Mzee and the group Rafiki joined us in studio. A very warm welcome to you. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Morning, and thanks for having us.
Mzee, before the collaboration with Rafiki came about, it was mentioned that you had a 5-year hiatus. Can you explain why the decision to take such a long break after so many club successes?
I mean, I had to take a break, like relook at the way the music direction is going, and also to do some research on what is lacking currently in music. You know, we do have all those dance songs and all of we love, but also to look at the trend, because music is changing every month, every week. Every album has to be completely different from the previous one in terms of sound, style, and musically. So for us, we decided that maybe let's try something that no one has ever done before, try to unite Africa through music, once we decided to do this project, a Pan-African.
So please explain the decision to work with Rafiki and how you answered that question for yourself.
I mean, in 2008, when I started my record label, Bomba, I signed Gordon.
Yes.
And then he introduced Julius, who's a pianist. So we decided to form, they are a duo, which is Rafiki. So right now, I'm just introducing them. After this project, we're going to start working on a Rafiki project. By then, people will know who they are.
Now, it was mentioned that you created a Pan-African studio album. Rafiki, logistically, I mean, what was that experience like, literally traveling through Africa, working with our fellow brethren to unite Africa and the continent through music? Anyone, Julius, Gordon?
Well, it was a beautiful experience and a learning curve. Yeah, because traveling throughout Africa, you get to meet our African brothers and sisters, talented ones, and just share the musical ideas. We take something there and leave it there. We take things from them and bring it back here. We just learn and we mix every culture musically. Hence, we're using live instruments like the balafons and the choras, live percussions, guitars, and we have worked with more than 30 musicians, instrumentalists, like just around Africa, just so that we can share and have everything African on the album. Yes.
What did you gain from that experience?
I mean, for us, it was more as like paying homage to those who came before us. It's like we're honoring the past to better our future. So, first and foremost, working with Salif Keita, that was huge. Spending almost 2 weeks with him, performing with him at his own private island. It was just a happy moment for us. So people who can go get the album, it's sounding nice, ancestral tribal house, it's out there. Yeah.
Off camera, I remember, Mzee, you mentioned that art reflects society, and it is the duty of an artist or musician to somewhat reflect that as well. So I wanted to know from you, traveling throughout Africa and obviously interacting with our brothers and sisters, what were some of the myths that you know existed about South Africa, and how did they become you know, null and void? How did you dispel them? What did you learn? How did you bridge that gap through the music?
I mean, for us, every country in Africa we've been to, no one called us a foreigner or a kwere, you know? So which is the message that we are trying to drive back, more especially if you look at the video, we are all Africans. We say no to xenophobia.
Yeah.
No, because for me, I think it's people who have never traveled outside the borders of this country who involve themselves in things that they don't really understand, because some of them are politically mature. They just read things that they don't understand. They don't understand what's happening behind the scene. So for us, traveling around Africa, I know it was the embracement that we got from all over. You know, people are embracing us like we are like one of their own. So, and it gives us courage that there is hope that Africa can prosper and rise again.
And it just starts with one, and you're three. Team Hamba is the name of the album.
Yes.
Why the decision to go with that name? What does it mean? What do you want people to walk away with upon listening to the album?
See, Timamba is a stronger word for ancestral rituals. In Zulu, they say Pasha, Pasabadimo in Sotho. So basically, we're like saying this is like homage, paying homage to our ancestors and those who came before us musically and otherwise. So that's hence the album we decided like to be more tribal and more ancestral.
And what are some of the sounds and fusions and beats that inspired you from Africa that you incorporated into this? I mean, how's it different from your previous offerings and also what currently is available within that genre?
No, the issue, we're trying to have our own identity.
Yeah.
And keep it that way. Like if people have been following my music from day one, if listen to Mawelele, listen to Umoja, listen to Zino Sirilisa, people will understand what direction I'm taking musically. I try to stay African in terms of lyrics, in terms of music, and adding all those like your kora, your African guitars, and all the xylophones and all of that, and to keep that identity that although this song might be playing somewhere in America, but that person listening to the song will know that this song is definitely coming from Africa.
Now, Rafiki, having worked with Mzee after his popular, successful work previously, I want to know what did you learn from Mzee? What did you learn from each other? How have you grown through this experience? It's been a 3-year journey, and finally you're offering your latest work.
Well, I've learned persistence. This brother right here, he lives for Africa. He is Africa, like in the worst possible way. When something has to happen, it will happen, trust me. He'll get it done. Like, if we have to go, like, he can decide now, let's go to Angola now, because I've met so and so and so and so, and I've arranged for things. That's what will happen. Like, we'll just cancel whatever it is, because we live for music. We eat, walk, sleep music, and breathe music. So if we have to do something, he pushes in such a way that, he'll push you even to the edge.
And what about Gordon?
I feel that with me, they usually say patience is a talent. I've learned that from Z. I've learned to respect the African culture, to respect the beliefs of the African people. I've learned that from Z, and it's been an honor for me to meet him. Since from back then in 2008, I was patient with everything, and here we are now.
Mzee, what did you learn from Rafiki?
I mean, they're bringing new energy into what I mean. Also, I try to make that the label Bomba to become like some kind of an institution where people will just come in and learn more especially about our history, because that's what we normally, when we are hanging around, we're talking about history, our pride, our heritage, our culture. So, I mean, for them, I mean, they bring such an energy that it also pushes me to try to push harder whatever we're doing, wherever we're going, because they are willing to travel with me, to go with me. Like now we've been here this morning, we're going elsewhere, and they're hard workers. So I think it's fortunate that we're just hanging around, the two of us. We don't drink, we don't smoke, and everything is fine. So we can do whatever we want to do all the
So
time.
should people want to, get the album or download it, contact you on your various social media platforms, how do they go about doing that?
The album is available on iTunes. We are also on social media. On Twitter is Rafiki _SA or I am Mzilikazi. Also on Facebook we've got Mzee and Rafiki. And then on Instagram, Rafiki _SA or Mzilikazi wa Africa.
Okay. Well, guys, thank you for joining us in studio this morning. I think, beyond, as we said, art reflects society, and you creating this entertainment that, people literally want to unleash and relax with. It's extending that narrative, where We're creating a positive story and narrative about Africa. So keep serving, and thank you for the music.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thank